Hi guys, welcome back to the PC Forge. Today, as you can see, we have the RX 9070 build. Just like I promised, I am so sorry for the delay, but I hope you enjoyed the RTX 5070 build. Now, before we start, I'd like to say that I understand that my channel revolves around flipping PCs. And because of that, I spend a lot of time on Facebook Marketplace hunting for deals. And for that reason, my builds aren't easy to duplicate, but moving forward, I like to give you guys options that are more readily available to you so you can find more value on these videos. With that being said, this right here isn't so different from how I put my builds together. Yes, I got the GPU brand new on launch day off of my local micro center. And most of the other components I also got brand new from either AliExpress, Newegg, or Amazon. But I have two components that came to me absolutely for free. The first one is the case, which I found a person on Facebook Marketplace that was giving it away, and I was quick enough and lucky enough to go snatch it up. The second one was a sweetener from a trade deal that I did a while back, and that's the Kraken 240mm AIO from NCXT. And the only reason that I'm using it is because I've had it for a while, and again, it was absolutely for free. Now, with that out of the way, like always, we'll go over the components, put the build together, and then we'll see what this rig can really do. But enough talk, let's get forging. For the motherboard, I went with the ASRock BA50M Pro-A. I got it off of Newegg on a deal for $110, making it, in my opinion, one of the best entry-level boards into the BA50 socket. And you still get all of the features that you might want. It supports Gen 5 on one of the M.2 slots and the PCI slot. It has an additional 2 M.2 slots. It also comes with onboard USB-C connector, plenty of fan and ARGB headers. On top of that, it comes with 4 slots for your DDR5 memory and a nice shroud for your VRAM. The only drawback is that it does not come with Wi-Fi, but at the time of filming, the Wi-Fi version of the board is going for $130 on Newegg, giving it more value than it already has. Now for the CPU, I got the Ryzen 5 9600X. I bought it off of AliExpress for $170, saving me $60 if I would have gotten it from either Newegg or Amazon, and it still comes brand new. This is a great gaming CPU that has 6 cores and 12 threads and a max boost speed of 5.4 GHz, being able to handle everything that the RX 9070 has to throw at it. For memory, I found this kit of 32 GB of DDR5 from T-Force on Facebook Marketplace for $50. But if you would like to pick up a brand new kit from either Newegg or Amazon, I would recommend the Silicon Power that comes clocked at 6,000 megatransfers with a CL of 30, which is really all you need for any Ryzen CPU. And it comes priced at around $90. For storage, I'm using this 1TB NVMe SSD from Orico. I actually got a few of these in bulk from AliExpress for around $40 each, which is a really solid deal for what you get. Yes, it's a Gen 3 drive, and yes, I know our motherboard supports up to Gen 5, but for gaming, that kind of bandwidth isn't really critical. Game load times, texture streaming, and overall system responsiveness is still pretty fast on a Gen 3 drive. And unless you're doing large file transfers and heavy productivity workloads, you won't see or feel much difference. So in terms of price to performance, this right here makes a lot of sense for a lot of builds. And again, I'm only using it because I already had it in hand. But if you're in the hunt for a Gen 4 drive, I would recommend the Clef Crash that goes for around $50 on Amazon. And in my opinion, a Gen 5 drive is still too expensive to warrant getting one just for gaming. So before I move on to the case, I just like to point out that for my cooling solution, I'm using the Kraken 240mm AIO from NCXT. And again, I'm only using this because I already had it in hand. But I will leave other options of 240mm and 360mm AIOs for your benefit in the description down below. Now, for the case, I found the Corsair 2500X that goes for around $160 and brand new on Amazon. But I was lucky enough to have found it for free on Facebook Marketplace. This is one of those examples that I mentioned earlier in the video where the way I got it isn't easily duplicated. So not only will I leave the link for this particular case in the description down below, I will also leave you guys with other options. For the power supply, I'm using the Tough Power GF1 850 watt from Thermaltake that goes for $100 on Amazon. But this one right here I got for $70 also on Amazon, but on the used section. The power supply is also rated B on the PSU tier list, making it a great pickup for this build, and its 850 watt is more than enough to handle the RX 9070. I also picked up cable extensions from Easy DIY Fab in all black that are definitely not a necessity, but they do enhance the overall look of your build. And for the heart of this build is the Radeon RX 9070 from Gigabyte that I was fortunate enough to pick up at the MSRP of $549 on launch day at my local Micro Center. You can see some of his specs right here. But with that being said, all that left to do is to see how this build performs.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Well guys, there you have it. The RX 9070 is a solid pickup as long as you can find it close to MSRP. I had a lot of fun testing it out and it performed extremely well at 1440p. So I would definitely recommend it if your budget for a GPU is close to around $600. I would not pay more than $600 for it, but it's still a very good pickup and you will not be disappointed. Also, I'd like to apologize because it took me a long time to come out with this video. It's just been hectic around here. Not an excuse, just everyday life stuff that tend to get away from you from time to time. I'm just happy that I was finally able to put it out there and hopefully inform you guys a little bit more about the RX 9070 specifically. Because of that, I do have to put a disclaimer out about the prices mentioned in the video, which some of them are no longer available due to tariffs or availability in some cases. Even AliExpress nowadays can be hit or miss when it comes to pricing. Again, just due to those same reasons. Honestly, if you're looking to build yourself a gaming PC right now and are able to find decent pricing, do not wait. I believe we're looking at a new normal, at least for the time being when it comes to prices. Yes, I have seen people mentioning prices going down a little bit and availability going up, but that's not necessarily the full story. Yes, there are some deals to be found, but those are very rare and far between. I mean, a 4060 for $400 or even a 5080 for north of $1,500 doesn't necessarily scream price recovery. I would recommend going the used market route, especially your local Facebook marketplace. With a little bit of patience and time, you'll be able to find some great deals. Yes, scams are real, but again, with being cautious and doing your due diligence, you can definitely come out on top. I've been able to find some really good deals lately on my local Facebook marketplace, allowing me to put together rigs for 70 to 60% of cost. But not everything is gloom and doom. I do have a little bit of fun news for you guys. I'm planning on doing 2 giveaways. The first one is when we hit the 500 sub mark, and the second one is when we hit the 1,000 sub milestone. I want to build a community around the channel, and I also want to give back to said community. My plan is to make these giveaways as a regular part of the channel as well. Also, if you have any issues with your current gaming PC, do reach out. I love to help you troubleshoot it. And if you have a PC part pick list, send them my way. I love to take a look at it and give you guys my recommendation. With that said, if you found value in this video or just plain enjoyed it, like always, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments down below. Until next time, happy gaming!